Alright guys, back with an update here. Picked up my order for the Japanese restaurant. While I was at the Japanese restaurant, I got an offer just as I was getting ready to leave for a Thai restaurant heading in pretty much the same direction I was going. Although it was going to be a little bit further down the road to development, basically going towards my home. So I had planned to stay out for at least another hour, but then I got to thinking, well, if I get this order,
turn right.
it looked like it was like 5 items. It was showing $15.25. I normally would have never taken it because of the fact that it was heading in the wrong direction. You know, it would have been taking me almost home. But I thought, you know what? Maybe I'll go ahead and end my shift early.
Then turn left onto railway lane.
And go home. You know, and just ended at 1:30 because I would have, you know, nearly 65, 70 bucks, and it turns out it looks like my obligations this evening that I thought I had, I'm not going to have. So I was going to be in a position to work. So I thought, you know what, I'll go home, I'll call it a little bit early, and we'll see if this food's ready. So I went in, and of course I walked in, and the guy's like, it's going to be like 15 minutes. And the problem is, if it wasn't DoorDash, I would have considered going and delivering this order and coming back. But DoorDash doesn't normally give you any leeway on your orders, and I just do not trust them because of the way I've been treated by them at times. That they will start, if I, you know, even though I would be marking it that I'm waiting for the order, they're going to know that the order that I'm moving, and I think DoorDash will play with the times, and I end up with a contract violation. Plus, not to mention that, and I didn't want to sit there and wait for 15 minutes with my Grubhub food, because that's not fair to the Grubhub customer either. So, I went ahead and made what I think is the ethically correct decision. I had a 92% completion rate, and I got rid of the order. And now I'm at a 90% completion rate, which is still well within the margin, because 80% is where you get into trouble and you can get deactivated. I like to have plenty of leeway there. I don't like to go below 85. I like to stick ideally above 90. So anyways, I got rid of that order. I'm going to stay on for a little while longer after this order, or at least I'll assess once I get done with it. There was about an 8-minute wait for the Japanese order. So we're now pushing deep into the second hour. It's now 1:43, and it's going to be 1:52 when I complete the order. And the value of this order is only like 15 bucks. So anyways, once again, we're coming to the end of lunch. Like I said, my thought was this would have easily taken it in and made it a $30 or, you know, 30-some dollar hour, but wasn't to be. So anyways, all right guys, I'm going to jump off here, get this order delivered, and then I'll be back to talk to you and let you know what I decide to do, if I decide to stay out for a little while longer or what I'm going to do here. You know, all right guys, back here with an update. Made a successful delivery there, no issues whatsoever that I could detect. So it went well, and I am now heading back towards my shopping plaza. As I was making the delivery, I was like, you know what, I think I definitely made the right decision in not trying to push through those 2 orders. I think, you know, sometimes you got to put customer service above greed, you know, and hopefully I make it up. Hopefully the decision to do that. A lot of times I've found that when you make a decision like that, the short-term gain you thought you were going to have, you end up having a longer-term game in the end, or the end outcome. So we'll see how that plays out here as I get closer back into the market and see what other orders come through for me. I'm sure DoorDash will probably, yeah, they took me off. So that's okay. They put me on timeout for a minute. I just reactivated them, but I'm outside the delivery area. So they tend to do that stuff. I find, like, if you cancel an order or something like that, then they're going to tend to very quickly put you on a timeout or freeze you out for a little while. It's what it is. We're getting back there towards the shopping center and see what else we can find. I did speak to my wife, so she's like, you know, stay out till 2:30. So I'm going to stay out till 2:30 trying to find an order. If I can find something in the direction of home, great. If not, I'm going to just try to find something that makes sense miles-wise to the shopping center, and then probably call it after that order. So right now we've made, let's see here, I guess we've made about $41 or $42 or something like that for the shift, and a little under 2 hours. So the first hour was outstanding. The second hour, like I said, we got caught in a quagmire because the travel time, was 41.88 is what we've made. The travel time kind of has seeped in and taken it, where because we headed back and we didn't get an order right away, I ended up having some dead time and dead miles that seeped in there, that are going to cost me a little bit, I think, in terms of hourly, in terms of actual cost. The only good news is I drive a Prius, so my miles cost is a lot less than what it had been when I was driving my Honda at one point. So anyways, guys, I'm going to jump off here and focus on getting back to the market. When I get another order, I will jump on here and tell you about what I find. If I don't get another order and decide to end the lunch shift, then I'll come back and let you know that as well. It appears we're going to do 2 shifts today as well, so that's good news. So, and kind of going to need that because, like I said, I was only able to do, if I end at 2:30, I'm not going to more likely than not be able to do any more than, wait a minute, we got an order. All right, guys, we got an order. And it's not that good, so we're going to just decline that. Decline, order too small, no way. But anyways, so we've got some extra time to try to help us get to at least our 100 for today, which is what the goal for today always is. All right, guys, I will talk to you soon, and I'll see you in a little bit. All right, guys, back with an update. So got back up to my shopping plaza and started getting hit with DoorDash orders left and right. A lot of them were, some of them were a little high. There were higher numbers, but it was like 18 miles for 11 bucks. One of them was like 11 bucks for 20 miles. However, I did get a offer for $12, which takes me to the exit on the interstate right before my home exit. So I did end up with a going home order like I was looking for $12. It's a Buffalo Wild Wings order, so there could be a little bit of a wait. I'm hoping not. And it looks like there's 5 items on the order. So I'm also hoping that maybe there might be a little over tip. You never know, because it looks like it's a large order. Let's see here. Let's see what it comes out to be. $48.76. So it's possible based on the mileage, because it's clocking in at 7 miles or 8 miles. I think it's 8.1 miles for 12 bucks. That we might be seeing everything listed right there. There may be like a $3 or a $4 offer, or it may just be a couple of cents extra, but we'll see. So hopefully, it'll be a decent order, and I'm gonna run in here right now. I just arrived. We'll run in here, grab this order, and then I'll come back and let you know how the pickup goes. All right, guys, checking back in here. Just got done picking up the food. There was a slight wait. It was about 4 minutes. The young man that was helping me with the order, he actually forgot to give me a drink, which I caught because I was inventorying, and he apologized profusely. So a little pro tip there: make sure you always check the app with what you're given, because there's times that sometimes stuff gets forgotten. So helps with ratings. Helps with, I can't say it helps with tips, because the tips are pretty much predetermined. And this is a DoorDash order, so, that tip's already been given. But it just helps get your ratings up. It helps also make sure you're not having to run back and forth for the customer and stuff like that. And you just want to make sure you're giving the customer the best experience possible. So when they come away with it, you can get a 5-star rating, and of course that's going to help you with getting the best orders out there and being in the best position to take advantage of all the apps fully that you're working for. So anyways, guys, I am now on my way up the road. It looks like, according to my directions, I'm going to be, it's about a, let's see here, 10-minute ride up the road from where I'm at right now. So as soon as I get there, I will come back on and let you guys know exactly what we're talking about here, as far as if it stays $12 or it goes a little bit more. I'm really not certain if it's going to go more. I think if it goes more, it might be by like a quarter or something like that, because a lot of times DoorDash will hide the quarter for whatever reason. So like in this case, that person may give it a $10 tip, and instead of reflecting it, and then it's a $2.25 base. So instead of reflecting that 25 cents, they're withholding back. Why? I don't know. I guess it's just to say, hey, you know, there could be extra on any order. But anyways, we're finding out there is, there may not be. This is going to more likely than not be the last order for lunch today, which means that will put me at about $53 for lunch in just over 2 hours. Because right now it's about 2:20. I'm going to be dropping this off about 2:30. So I will have gone about 2 hours and 29 minutes and made about $53. Obviously, I always like to average 25 bucks an hour, but you know, I got started at 12 o'clock, and once you get to the after 2:30 hour, between 2:30 and 5:30 in this area, it really starts to slow down immensely, and you either start having to take longer trips, which of course they will appear to be better than they are because you've got a return trip you've got to make, and sometimes you don't get orders on the return. So anyways, I'm going to be calling it quits for a little while. I've got to do a couple things, and then it does appear I'm going to be back for a dinner shift. So hopefully that happens. So, all right, guys, I will be talking to you here shortly, and I'll be back as soon as I'm at the customer's house to make the drop off. Thanks for watching. As always, please subscribe. Really appreciate the support, and I will talk to you soon. All right, guys, back with the final update of the lunch shift. So I just made that delivery. There was no over tip. Ended up being an $8 tip with a $4 delivery fee. So based on what I saw there, I think it was a $48 order. So they gave a very decent tip, I think, and not a bad tip at all. But DoorDash was showing me the entire order there, which is okay. Like I said, this order was on my way in the direction I needed to go anyway. So it helped me monetize the going home miles. I still have Grubhub on just in case Grubhub wants to give me something that's around my neighborhood or whatever. DoorDash I haven't turned off. I'll turn it off when I get to my driveway because sometimes they've been known to give an order, you know, out of market. So I'm going to head back in the direction of my house. Should be there probably in about 5 minutes or so. And then hopefully we move into the evening shift here. If not, then I'll go into a deep dive if for some reason I don't make it back out. It wasn't a bad shift. I worked for about 2 hours, 2.5 hours, we'll call it, and made, you know, basically about $50-some. So not bad. I mean, it could have been a lot worse. The first hour started out awesome. I mean, it really did. It was a $20-some, over $25 an hour. And then again, positioning got us. So I think when we analyze this shift, I think we're going to see exactly how positioning took us out of the good area of the market. What was not able to get a decent offer. And as a result, I made the decision to drive back to the shopping plaza. And again, that's a decision I made. Might not have been the right decision. I maybe should have posted up near Denny's or somewhere down there and tried to get something going back in the direction I wanted to go. But I felt like the best decision was to get back to that shopping plaza and then try to find a big enough order to offset. I almost had it. I think if I would have done the Silk Thai restaurant order, although I kind of got the same thing, but time-wise, if I would have been able to make that pickup when I wanted to, it really could have played out really well as far as just time, money, miles, all that stuff. Would have been a really phenomenal stacked up order, but I had to make a decision based on customer service and based on my own ethical standards that I operate by when I'm doing my business. All right, guys, in the meantime, I'm going to jump off here. If I get another order or something happens, I'll jump back. Otherwise, you'll see me back again when I get ready to go out for dinner time, and hopefully we can make up the remaining 50 or so, well, I guess 40 or so dollars that I'm going to need to hit my 100. I think I'll have no problem doing that and easily come in at 100 or more for today, and go home hopefully making it a very, very nice start to the week. All right, guys, I'll talk to you in a minute, and I will be back here with either a new order or with the dinner time startup. What's up, guys? Dad Dash Industries here. So I wasn't able to really record too much tonight on my nighttime shift, but I did go out for a couple deliveries, and I was due to I never charged my camera, so I was charging it and I didn't get a chance to record an intro or anything like that. But in the interim, of course, the one night I'm not filming, although I have my dash cam and everything like that, the one night I'm not filming, a bizarre situation occurs. So the first order I took of the night was a Grubhub order, which was for a restaurant that was for like $10, and it was for like 15-minute wait. And then I got a $13.07 Uber Eats order for Chick-fil-A. So I took it, went to Chick-fil-A, went inside, got the order, came back out, got in my car, drove to the customer's house, do the order. I get to the customer's house. Then my phone started to die because I forgot to charge things. And it said that my settings in my phone were preventing me from getting back into the Uber app. So for probably about 10 minutes afterwards, I'm trying to get in. I went back in on this phone here, which was the phone I'm using for DoorDash tonight, and attempted to log into Uber on this phone. And then eventually it just said, like, it switched over and said, yeah, that I needed to contact support. So next thing you know, I get a notification that says my account is now under review for fraudulent activity. I know it's not for extending the trip because I literally went straight to Chick-fil-A, went straight to the customer's house, which was like 2 miles away, and was directly on the way to go pick up the Grubhub order, which was well within the wait time and everything for that. I have no idea why I'm now under review. I tried to call into Uber support. They put me on hold. Well, actually, when I called in on Uber support, because it was saying contact support, so I called them, and they were showing me still on the order, even though my order had already processed out in my app. I was seeing the base pay. So I end up on hold with Uber support, and eventually realized what's going on, and I disconnected because they were sending me to like technical support. Tried to call back in, and I guess Uber support doesn't answer the phone after 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'll have to wait to talk to them in the morning if I don't already get a decision. And then I went in and checked my email, and there in the email was an email stating that they were temporarily suspending my account and putting me under investigation for fraudulent use of my account. The only thing I could think of is that because I was trying to sign on from another device, which I've done multiple times because I've run multiple devices, and this is a device though that I did not have a phone number registered with Uber, but somehow I picked it up and thought I was giving maybe unauthorized access to someone. I don't know. It's bizarre because I mean I was on time, there was no issues. I'm going to see if I get my tip. The only other thing I can think of is that the customer reported me, although I've delivered to this customer before, so I don't really think it's that. The only other thing I can think of is that because because my app lost contact for whatever reason, it didn't properly process that app out. I started moving away from that residence and driving away. And that somehow they're thinking that, you know, I was holding the order to extend it. I don't know. It's very, very bizarre. But I will keep you guys posted on this, obviously. Maybe I'm done with Uber. I don't know. It's really disappointing if this is why, because it really makes no sense at all. So hopefully I'll get more information about whatever this is that's causing me a problem. Hopefully, I mean, I can prove I delivered the order. They can see I delivered it on time. I don't know. Very bizarre. All right, guys. Just wanted to give you this update. I'm still out here, so I'm looking for like probably one more order, and then I'm going to end my evening shift. And then, of course, I will address more of this when I do my deep dive into numbers. Well, this is just highly, highly disappointing and frustrating. So anyways, guys, I will talk to you soon.